What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today you join me on the first review day of the year. We had incredible snow for the last few weeks and it has all melted, so it is now just regular wet. But we do have some blue skies, which was also, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. So very nice day to start filming again, and we're starting off this year with one of our own. This is our new BMW X5 45e. We bought it back in September 2025, meant to do a video with it ever since, but this car has been on loan to customers, and well, that is one of the reasons why we bought this car. So today I'm going to show you around it. I'll show you the spec, I'll share with you why we bought it, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Also good to see that Horst McCourtface is back from his skiing holiday, I presume, but he's not really there that often anymore, so good to see him as well. Anyway, let's have a look at the X5. Let's start with why did we buy it? Well, firstly, as I said, it's been on loan to customers. We've developed a stage 2 package, so with an OPF delete mid-pipe, Evolution M, our own brand. We have a downpipe for this car, catless 200 cell or 200 cell Euro 6 cat, and then MHD software for the engine. And it is an incredible package, and you go from 394 horsepower to like 560, 580. It is ridiculous. It's super quick. It sounds really good because you've got the B58. So we released the package and we thought, okay, there are so many X5 45Es, especially in the Netherlands, because it's very affordable, and well, nothing really happened. So then we decided that maybe we should buy one and have like a demo car. So put our stage 2 package on there as a demo. People can come and drive with it, so they can experience, you know, what it's like, if it's not too loud for them, or, you know, if they like the power, stuff like that. And then well, almost immediately after we bought this car, we started getting a lot of requests from people wanting to upgrade their X5 to the stage 2. So we do that, but then they need a loaner car. So this car has been on loan pretty much for the last 3.5 months. So reason number one, it's a demo car. We want to have our stage 2 package on here, and then people can come and test drive it. Number two, it's a loaner car for the X5 customers or other customers that leave their car with us for tuning. Reason number three is the least important one, but it's just that we really like this car, and we really like this spec. So it's just a nice car to drive around in. So you can do your commute electrically, which is really convenient as well. And yeah, it's just a very nice car to get around in. So let's have a look at the spec. This is Sophisto Grau, which is a deep gray. It's a very sophisticated spec as well. That's why they selected Sophisto Grau. So we have chrome trim for the grille, the slats as well in that matte aluminium. We've got the chrome trim down there, and then you've got tiny little 19-inch wheels, chrome window surrounds, chrome trim on the roof rails, the exhaust tips. I really like this. I think it's a very handsome car, and I think in this spec, I don't know, it just works for me. I know it's a bit of a grandpa spec, but I don't know, I like it. We even don't have the laser lights. It's that not flashy. Right, it's so inconspicuous that it just has the regular LED lights, which are totally fine, but it just looks weird without the laser lights, because almost everyone has laser lights, I feel like. So 19-inch wheels, as I said, these are the V-spoke 734 design with around that Pirelli P0 tires. We have driven a couple customer cars that had 22 or even 23-inch wheels. I think the 19-inch works better on an X5. I think it's much more comfortable. It's a very heavy car, 2.4, 2.5 tons. It's got air suspension, but this massive chunky tire, it really adds a level of comfort to the car that a 22-inch really doesn't do. Behind that, regular brakes with a, well, like an old school brake caliper there, nothing fancy. Air suspension, as I said, you can raise or lower the car. It also does so automatically depending on the driving mode. Beautiful window trim, love that. Beautiful roof rails, love that as well. And then at the rear, gorgeous rear lights, 45E badge, and we've got the aluminium trim for the exhaust. It's a fake trim piece on the bumper. You can see the exhaust in there, but still, I really like that. I think it's a cool little accent. Again, I think I've said this recently on the S4 video. Everything that's aluminium and chrome is like an accent. It accentuates a certain part or a certain line of the car. And if you black out everything, you delete that accent. And I think that's a shame. It even has the non-body color bumpers here, which I also really like because it's like SUV style. I don't like SUVs that are meant to look like a sports car. I don't think that works. Oh crap, forgot those were there. Okay, they are going to have the ride of their life, these covers. But you have a little bit of storage down here with a charging cable, and the floor is slightly higher than in a regular X5 because the battery sits below the floor here, so it kind of inclines towards the back, but it's still super usable. Quite a big trunk. You've got the cover. Optionally, you can have the electric cover that lowers itself into the floor, but this is just as good and it's way quicker. So close that up. Split tailgate, also super nice. And as I said, we've got the B58 engine. Sits very nice and low in the car. As you can see, the battery pack is behind, also very low. So it is a heavy car, but the center of gravity is very low, which is kind of good for your stability and the handling. I mean, relatively speaking, of course. 286 horsepower this engine has, so it's a highly detuned version of this engine. In total, with the battery, the electric motor integrated between the gearbox and the engine, the ZF 8-speed gearbox, you've got 394 horsepower and 600 newton meters of torque. Electric motor has like 115, something like that, horsepower. It's a 24 kilowatt hour battery. When it was new, it was supposed to do 88 kilometers of electric driving. I think back then I said 70 to 75 should be possible. Now though, this car's done 100,000+ kilometers, and it is like 6 degrees. It's indicating 50. You can really do 50. So if it indicates it, you can probably do like 49, 48 kilometers, which is good. When it was introduced, that was a lot. So the competition was basically doing between 30 and 50 kilometers back then. And suddenly BMW came, almost tripling the electric range of the X5 40e that preceded this, which had a 4-cylinder, came out with the 45e with a 6-cylinder, 88 kilometers of electric driving. This was like a proper boost, and I think it still works today. It's 6 years old, but it's still a very usable drivetrain and hybrid deal we've got. Also, sneak peek, we're doing a video with a race chip as well, because you get some proper performance from that as well. And then after that, we're doing the stage 2. So we're doing a couple videos with this car. So you've got the charge port over here. Charging is pretty slow if you use a regular outlet at home or at the office, in my case. So what I do is I drive it to and from the office. I charge it up at the office and I get almost a full battery from that. That makes it very usable, and I'll show you how usable this has been in the past, because you can actually see what they have done in the past. So if we go to car, I love this iDrive system, by the way. It's an absolute breath of fresh air after the horrible iDrive 8 and 8.5 I've been driving recently. This is so much better, and it really feels like they completely lost the plot after this, because how do you mess up something that is so good? With these physical climate buttons, got the seat heating and ventilation over here. Turn that on. Your shortcuts, which are super nice as well, and then audio and everything for the drivetrain down here, infotainment over here, physical iDrive button. Oh, why did they mess it up so bad? Anyway, driving info, let's have a look. So this is all the data from the factory. So 107,804 kilometers the car's done since 2020, and average consumption is 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers for that 107,800 kilometers. Of that 107,800, 50,749 have been electric. So this car's been used properly, like plugged in regularly, and if you do that, it really works. It's just such a good setup, this. I think we went from plug-in hybrid to electric too quickly, because I think this is actually it. Interior spec, we've got this coffee leather, which is super nice, really matches the grandpa style spec. This I don't like, this aluminium trim. It's not very nice. I would have liked some wood trim, as you know. This I really like. It's not the M Sport steering wheel. We don't have any M Sport trim, which is great. I love that. And it doesn't even have pedal shifters. And it has these stupid holes, like these screw holes, which is a shame. But I love the fact that it doesn't have pedals, because you don't need them in a 45e. You really don't. It's super nice. Panoramic roof as well, which is super nice. It's just a really great car. I love it. I love driving it. I love looking at it. It just makes me feel relaxed. Okay, so let's have a drive. It starts up in electric individual. That's my default setting. So when I leave home, it's in electric mode. And it's very refined, this car. So it's super silent. Suspension is very nice and soft. And there is something, I've said this before in many reviews, I think luxury cars and city cars can really be electric. They are better for it. Cars that you use for long distances and sporty cars should not be electric, because it doesn't work. It's like it clashes. It inherently clashes. So the way this car is being used as a loaner car and my commuter at the moment, it just really works. You can drive up to 135 kilometers an hour fully electrically. I don't have to, even use the petrol engine if I don't want to. If I do want to, I can, which I also do. So if you go to sport, gearbox in sport, you also have the B58. But it's very silent, as you can hear. So there at the top of the revs, you can hear it. So 0 to 100 claimed by BMW is 5.6 seconds. And we don't have launch control, but if I do a little bit of a brake launch, the car notices that and gives me a harder shift. 5.3 seconds is quite a bit quicker than what BMW says. 5.6, 5.3, that's a big difference. Now, you can also see that the rev counter part there lights up, and the speedo as well. It lights up in this blue when you have e-boost. If you just drive it around in hybrid mode, not sport, everything just regular, you have the e-boost part at the top there. So why does it work so well? Because everything works together really well. It's not like you feel everything happening separately. It's integrated so well, and it all happens simultaneously, basically. It feels like one drivetrain, even though it's quite a complex system, of course. It doesn't feel like that. The recharge of the braking, so the regenerative braking, is also very good. I mean, we've had cars, like much more expensive cars, that don't really get it right the way this car has gotten it right. So last time I drove it, when we had a press car, I complained about the rear suspension, especially the damping control, that if you hit a speed bump or just a bump in the road, that rear suspension just bounces once or twice after the compression, which means that it just feels a bit weird. It felt a bit strange to me. Now, I checked the comments on that video, and there were a lot of people who own X5s and even 45Es that said, I don't recognize the problem, I don't have it, I have this car with these wheels. I also saw someone with 22-inch, so that might not even be it. But I also saw a couple of people that had the exact same issue, also with other BMWs. I saw an X7, someone with an X2. So I'm not sure what's going on, and I can say that I feel the same with this car. I watched that video and I thought, have I felt that with this car? And I don't think so, because back then I know that it was, I thought it was quite annoying and very noticeable. So I don't really know what's up with that. I think the 19-inch wheels are great. Yes, you know, they start pushing a little bit earlier and you have a bit more understeer. I don't really mind that, because I don't really drive this car in that way. If I want to drive something fast, then, you know, I don't take this car. So yeah, 19-inch, the way to go. It also has rear wheel steering, which is great. It just makes the car feel a lot more agile and maneuverable. It doesn't feel too big. So, onto the Autobahn. 235 kilometers an hour is the top speed. And let's find out what we can do 100 to 200. So let's just do a measurement over here. Full throttle, it's slightly uphill, but whatever. We'll see how close we get to the original measurement, which I think was 16.6. 17.47. So let's do another one here now to even it out. From that, so you've got that initial e-boost. It sounds nice. I love this sound, and with that stage 2 package that we're going to do soon, you just amplify that 6-cylinder sound. 16.6. okay, so that's exactly the same as what we did last time with the press car back in the day. And with that stage 2 package, you go, as did I say it already, 560 to 580 horsepower, something like that. It's ridiculous. So let's do just another one. That's not really a good one, but whatever. So the crazy thing about the stage 2 package, 100 to 200, 16.6 I just did with this one. We had a customer car and we did 9.8 with that car, which is stupid fast. 9.8, sub 10 seconds in a 45E. Honestly, that is very impressive. So I have to brake here. These guys are a bit too close together. They're all going, there's one going left. See, you never know who is doing what, so it's best to always stay cautious. My responsibility, I'm going fast. It's not their responsibility to gauge my speed. It's my responsibility to make sure that what I'm doing is safe. There have been a lot of media outlets that have written about us, well, about driving fast on the German highways, and about us in particular recently, and I don't really respond to it anymore because the questions are just insanely suggestive, and I already know what direction the interview is going in. But I honestly feel like what I'm doing is safe, and the way that we have been doing it for almost 16 years now is safe. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. Otherwise we wouldn't have been doing it with over 2,000 cars without any incidents. See, if I had wood trim, I could knock on wood. But it has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with good preparation and common sense. See, I wouldn't pass these cars at 250. It's just don't do anything that has a result that you cannot influence. So, you know, if you have to depend on someone else braking or swerving, or, you know, then you're too late. You have to be the one in control if you're going fast. That's how I feel about it, at least. That's the way we do it. Anyway, look at how good this car is. I absolutely love this car. As a daily, as a family car, as a holiday cruiser, as a winter holiday beater, this thing is so good. And having driven it around for a few months, well, I haven't even driven it that much because it's been on loan the whole time, but the times I have driven it, every time I get out of it, I'm so impressed by how good it is. Comfort seats as well, super important. Lovely spec. Yeah, this is just what I like as my daily. Also, I did 248. I have to check what that was GPS, because 235 it's supposed to do, and I think last time we did 240, so this one was actually running a little bit better than that one, I think. But anyway, lots to come with this car. We're doing a video with the race chip soon, because I just feel like for a lot of people that don't want to void their warranty, that don't want to do an ECU tune, that don't want to unlock their ECU or whatever, a race chip is still a good alternative. So we're doing a video with that soon, and after that we'll be doing a stage 2 video with this car. We'll show you all the modifications and the installation and everything like that. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button. Check out this video, this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.